Hey, and welcome back to another Brad Tragic video. Craziness with wrestling. Forgot to record wrestling this week. Incredible. I can't believe I did it. Wife out of town. Just totally forgot. So, I did reviews, so I can tell you what I think about what happened. So, I guess we started off with a Randy Orton match against Dolph Ziggler, which ended up turning into a tag team match with Kofi Kingston being Randy Orton's partner and Alberto Del Rio being Dolph Ziggler's partner. Kind of shocking they put Kofi Kingston with Randy Orton, and I guess it ended up being Kofi ended up getting the loss, I believe, by Ziggler. They're trying to make Ziggler's team look strong for the Survivor Series, so that's why they got to win. And then we got I'm gonna forget the order just like I always do. But we got a Divas match for the number one contenders, which I'm assuming there's going to be a Divas Championship match at Survivor Series, which probably no one cares about. But I do like Kaitlyn, and she did win, so Kaitlyn may be a better champion. I never liked Eve. I don't think I'll ever like Eve. She's hot. Yeah, it's great. Woo! But she doesn't, I don't know, like as a wrestler, I don't like her. It's being a hot chick. I mean, I like her, but, Kaitlyn's a pretty good wrestler. I like her. And she's hot. So she's doing both. So I'll definitely go for Kaitlyn over her at Survivor Series. Who knows, maybe they'll develop a feud and they'll wrestle about 2 or 3 times before culminating it. And with the Dolph Ziggler team, I don't know. I think the match is gonna be okay at Survivor Series. I just hope something like surprising happens. Yeah. So at some point during the night, we see Lord Tensai versus R-Truth. Who cares? R-Truth beat him. There's some kind of promo shot back, I guess, on like a knockdown joke or something like that with Antonio Cesaro. It seems like it might be an interesting feud. If they keep on dragging it out, it may make it a little bit more interesting. So let's hope they keep dragging it out. And we'll definitely probably see a very entertaining feud between them. I think R-Truth would make the feud exciting and maybe draw out kind of some of the more of the charisma from Antonio Cesaro and make his character a whole lot better. I just think like some of the stuff about Antonio Cesaro, I think they just need to slowly like kind of strip him of some of the character that he's working with right now and just kind of slowly just give him that name, and that's it. Just use the name Antonio Cesaro, because some of the things he's doing is like, I mean I like the promo work he does. He does really good work. I mean, I think he is, like, definitely, the name is going to work. It's just, like, the outfit he wears when he comes to the ring. It's, like, kind of goofy looking. It's, like, just freaking give him the name. I mean, it's like I've said before that, like, they do need gimmicks in today's age, but I don't even understand what gimmick he has. It's stupid. It doesn't even work for him. It's like, he's one of those guys that probably doesn't even need a gimmick. And there is some guys that do that. But, guys like, I don't know, like, I think, like, Kofi Kingston could actually use the gimmick. But he is Jamaican, and there's only one Jamaican wrestler like that I know of that acts like that and talks like that. I'm sure Koko B. Ware was around back in the day. I think he might have been acting like he was Jamaican. I'm not sure. That probably sounded really racist. Anyway. But I just watched a little bit of clip of the Rey Sin Cara, Justin Gabriel, Tyson Kidd versus Primetime Players and Epico and Primo match. Looked like it was a pretty damn good match. I think I'd be interested to see if they're going to leave Gabriel and Tyson Kidd together, because, wow, that would be an impressive tag team, and I think that they should get the straps at some point down the road, because those definitely are 2 talented guys that definitely are the future of the company. I don't know, like size-wise, I mean, they've always said, size doesn't matter in wrestling, and, wrestling fans, like whoever they want to like, but, it just goes to a certain point about credibility is that, in the WWE, Tyson Kidd will probably never win, the World Heavyweight Championship, or, Gabriel, I don't know. Like, Gabriel is, I thought he's a little bit bigger than Tyson Kidd. I could be wrong. But Gabriel's pretty good. I mean, I think Gabriel could win, U.S. belt or Intercontinental belt, like, in the future. But, I mean, putting him in a tag team right now, that's the best thing they could do for him. And I'm about Rey Mysterio, it's like, I think he's did about all he could do in the WWE. So, him maybe saying, I'm done, I'm about done, my career's about over, now I'm going to help another masked man get over, so I'm going to team with him, and, that probably is going to lead to some sort of feud. I mean, a lot of people are predicting, like, a feud at WrestleMania. I could see Rey Mysterio turning heel, because that would be something unique, different, we've never seen before, really, see a heel Rey Mysterio. Wow, I mean, would that be shocking? I think it would be. So without doubt, I would definitely be looking forward to that. Primetime players, I don't know where they're going with this. Maybe they'll have a number one contenders match between the four of them at Survivor Series, or some kind of elimination match they'll throw together last second. Which will be interesting because the match on Raw is pretty good. Maybe that's why they're doing it. That when they announce the match at the Survivor Series, they probably won't announce ahead of time. Throw in the traditional Survivor Series match in there. Everybody will go, oh, because they think it's going to be a good match, and they'll probably suck balls. Then we get Sheamus versus Big Show. They had an altercation on Raw. But this is what gets me. It's like, oh my god. It's like back in the day when Undertaker and Kane, would have feuds and things like that, they wouldn't face, like, dumbasses in the ring in matches. It's like they would actually have wrestling matches with big guys, and they wouldn't sink to basically having squash matches for big men. They don't need squash matches. Sheamus is basically a big guy, so you don't need to have him face Otunga 500 times. Yes, we know we can knock him the fuck out with the damn bro kick. For God's sakes, for the 8th time, we've probably seen him face him in the past 6 months. It's ridiculous. It's like, why the hell do we have to keep seeing this match? It's like, I think we know Otunga can, not win against Sheamus, And then Big Show faces William Regal. It's like, are you kidding me? Why is Big Show facing William Regal? I am so glad I didn't get to see this week's Raw, because it looks like it was pretty bad, except for certain moments. And some of the moments that, Schleg Daddy and Off the Rope show seems like, oh, it sucked so bad. I don't understand. I'm not hating on Off the Rope show, but seriously, are they wrestling fans? Because I'm just wondering. Because at some point you have to sit back and say, fuck all the criticism and shit, and just watch it, and get into the moment. Because it's like they want to criticize things so much that they can't even enjoy it. So, and I hope they see this, because I really think that, like, wrestling fans on the internet need to, like, just calm the fuck down and just, like, watch it, for God's sakes. It's like, quit trying to criticize every fucking little aspect of wrestling. It's like, I like to criticize, I understand that, I like to criticize everything, but it goes to a certain point to where, you have to like something about it, and it's like, you can't always, like, be a critic, you gotta go, oh, this guy's, whatever. It's like, if you can't get excited about Ryback, you might as well just fucking stop watching wrestling. That's because this guy is one of the guys that's come around that actually I think is exciting. And some people may think, oh, he's boring, he's just a Goldberg rehash. Everybody is a rehash. I mean, who was the Warrior a rehash of? I'm sure he was a rehash of somebody. I don't know. Like, and it's like, Slim Daddy is the same age as me. How the fuck does he know something from the 1970s wrestling? I don't understand that. It's like, oh, yeah, blah. He talks about Frank Koch and all that other shit. It's like, yeah, I understand. I bought that almanac too. But, but it's like, I don't get on there and say, I remember when CJ Strongbow used to get on the fucking top rope and do the freaking Hurricanrana or some shit, It's like, no, you don't. It's like, you weren't even wrestling. You probably weren't even a wrestling fan then. You probably weren't even born yet. It's like you may have seen tapes, but that's all you've seen. You know, it's like quit trying to act like you've been around for like fucking 50 years watching wrestling. It's like you're not that old yet. It's like I don't understand that. I went on a rant. I'm sorry. Anyway, so Mick Foley comes out after Jerry Lawler comes out, and Punk's doing his little promo thing, and people are probably going to be offended by him, talking shit to Jr. or Jerry Lawler. But it's his character, It's like cheap heat, basically, to attack a guy who just came back from a heart attack. That's his cheap heat for CM Punk, trying to get that more of a heat to try and be a heel. So I think they're just trying to really put over that, Punk is a bad guy. He's not a tweener. He's a bad guy. And, I don't think anybody's ever going to care. It's just like Ric Flair. Ric Flair could do anything in the world, and then he's still going to have guys going, damn, he's amazing. It doesn't matter what Ric Flair does. Like, people will always like Ric Flair for being Ric Flair. So, it's like, I think Punk's going to be this one of those guys that, like, everybody likes. It's like, you can't make people hate him. Or if they do, they just like to hate him because he's so entertaining in that sort of mindset, I guess. But I honestly think Punk works better as a heel. But, seeing this definitely proves that. But I think he worked pretty good as a babyface too. It's just, I think he definitely works better than the heel. And I mean, I'll admit, that, Punk is an awesome wrestler. But, when people talk about great wrestlers of all time, you have to talk about guys who can work on both sides of the fence and really, really really come at you like from both sides. Sting really has never really been a heel, so we really haven't seen that from Sting. So I mean, it'd be awesome if he ended up being the guy behind Aces and Eights, which I think would be amazing. It'd be awesome. Because it'd be something different. That's my first prediction was, it's going to be Sting. And it still could be. So I think it would be awesome. But I mean, guys like Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, they worked on both sides of the fence now, And people would argue anyway that Hulk Hogan was the greatest of all time anyway. Like before he did the NWO thing. But, for him to have done and been a bad guy and, prove that he could work as a heel as well, definitely proves that he's up there with some of the greatest of all time that can work on both sides and get the huge reaction that he can get. So there you go. I mean, I think that there's guys that have worked as baby faces their whole entire career, and but like I said, the real wrestlers that stick around for the longest time in companies. And they have to switch back and forth, and they still get the huge response, And Miz is one of those guys. Surprisingly, Miz is one of those guys of our generation, basically the new generation that come around that can do both sides pretty good. He can get the fans behind him if he wants, but he's a cocky son of a bitch, so like people like him. But basically, he's a good guy all the time because he's always cocky, but people like him. So I think it goes both ways, like. Miz is kind of one of those guys where they want people to hate him, but the people still get behind him, and it's the same thing as with R-Truth. I think they had him as a bad guy, but it just really didn't work. So I don't know if that's why maybe they switched him to babyface, and like it just didn't work as a heel. I really didn't think they gave him really enough chance to be a great heel because I think he could have been. I think he really could have been a great heel. So, yeah. Mick Foley came out, he was talking all this trash, and earlier in the night, Miz asked to be, it could have been after this, I don't remember. I think it was after this. So after he's degrading Punk and talking about, he was, probably disappointed that, he couldn't face him at Survivor Series. He had this poll going on after this. And The Miz asked if he could be interjected in it. And the winner of the poll ended up being The Miz. So The Miz is now on Team Foley, which is kind of weird. Didn't really expect that, I probably would have guessed somebody else. Probably somebody stupid that would have been on the team. Well, I probably would have guessed like William Regal or some dumb like that, or I don't know, Ryback pulling double duty, or who knows. But they usually don't do that very much now. Or a surprise guy like Triple H or The Rock. I really expected it to be The Rock, quite honestly. So pulling the Miz out, being the guy, I was like, wow, so they're turning babyface. All right. But who knows where they're going with this? I mean, they could make it, him being a spy on the team and end up, costing them the whole match. I mean, who knows what they're going to do with it. I mean, I, for one, hope it's maybe something to do with maybe The Miz screwing over Foley and lead to a match at WrestleMania between the two. I mean, I think that would be pretty entertaining, The Miz versus Mick Foley at WrestleMania 29. Whoa, wouldn't that be awesome? Wow. I think it would be interesting. I mean, if you think about any match you could think of that happens at WrestleMania 29, would it really be Miz versus Mick Foley? That'd be like a left field kind of match. Like, who would ever thought of that, So I think it would be a good match. So basically the meat and potatoes that came with tonight was the ending of the show, and like I said, we had the Sheamus they defeated their opponents. We have a match between Sheamus and the Big Show. Who gives a shit? Really, I don't care. Neither of these guys, I don't want them to be world champions. So, Sheamus should turn heel if he's going to be world champion. He would be a better heel as world champion. Right. But they don't want to have two heels as champions at the same time, because usually it would be kind of stupid, I think. Have they ever had two heels as world champion at the same time? I don't know. Respond down below, tell me. I'm sure they have, but it was probably a weird time. Yeah. Okay. So at the end we had Cena versus Punk. So I watched the clip on the website, and you didn't need to show the whole match. I'm sure we know what happened, but anyway. Cena get the win at the end with the FU. Yeah, attitude does my ass. It's the FU, damn it. Does the FU, whatever. And Ryback and him are in the ring, basically tugging on the belt, looking at each other in the eyes. I thought it was pretty cool, ending to the thing. And it's the go-home show, so, interesting. Going to be interesting. I don't see him dropping the belt, though, until Mania. I think whoever wins the Royal Rumble will end up winning the WWE Championship this year. Don't know who it's going to be. Maybe Ryback. See, I think the way that it should go is that Punk reigns the title all the way to WrestleMania, all the way, beats The Rock at Royal Rumble, and really, really, keeps drawing this out. Gets all this stuff behind him, and all this momentum of Ryback. And Ryback wins the Royal Rumble. He gets a shot. He stares down, probably Big Show. And then he stares down, CM Punk. And then he probably faces the Big Show at WrestleMania. Yes, I'm already calling it. He's probably going to face whoever the World Heavyweight Champion is at WrestleMania. So CM Punk is doing all this probably for nothing, and they're going to draw his reign. But whoever Punk faces at WrestleMania will probably beat him for the championship. So I'm calling it here that Punk will be champion probably until WrestleMania, and then drop the belt. It'll be a huge moment, whoever beats him. I don't think Cena will face him, but who knows? Maybe drawing out this feud, maybe just have a huge feud with him and Cena. This lasted almost half a year. They took a break. He was with, he was in a feud with Jericho, and then he feuded with, I think Daniel Bryan. I think it was Daniel Bryan before that. I can't remember. But anyway, he was in a feud with Bryan. It went to Jericho. And then Daniel Bryan, Kane, and CM Punk had that thing. I think it was Cena up until now. And now Ryback's kind of getting thrown into this little triangle of stuff. Actually, I don't mind Ryback. I definitely watch my Ryback video, which I said Ryback's awesome, and I talk about why he's so great for the company. Check out that video. Let me know what you think about it. Comment on the video. If you think I suck, or if you think I'm wrong, tell me what I'm wrong about. Like I said, I think he reminds me of an Ultimate Warrior in the video. That's what I talk about. So definitely gotta watch it to tell me if I'm wrong or not. All right. Well, this has been a Crazy Wrestling Review. I hope you enjoy everything. TNA's coming up in a couple days. Tomorrow, or today, as I should say. WWE main event. Tag team titles are on the line. Should be interesting. Definitely gonna have to. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna tune in to a freaking wrestling program for one match. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. No, not gonna do it. I'm just gonna. If anything else, watch on YouTube. If something big happens, it's not even worth watching. They book one match, maybe a second one, maybe we get lucky, and all the other filler time is to go up to that main event. And then, hold on, to top that all off, they do it in reverse. They put the main event first, and then they put some shitty match in the end. Oh, well, thank you for watching Kofi Kingston versus Tobey Maguire. Whatever the fucking Tyson Kidd, whatever his name is. It's like, thank you for watching. You just got done watching a shitty match. Hope you watch us next week. What? Why are we going to watch you again when your main event is going to be your lower card? What? What the hell? It's like you'd have like the main event being like Lord Tensai versus like Sakamoto or something. It's like, who the fuck gives a fuck? Anyway, this has been Brad Tragic. Hope you enjoy the Crazy Wrestling Review for this week, and keep rocking.